Hey, shout out to everybody who came out today to Callie's Take. If it's your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this. The Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Clippers. I mean, the Clippers, for the most part, if I had to grade them this game, I would say, to be polite, I would say they played, I give them a D, because at times they played really decent. Then at other times, they played stagnant basketball. It wasn't no movement. Reggie Jackson kept them in the game a lot. Kawhi really didn't have an impact on the game that he usually does. He had some turnovers, some crucial ones. Paul George played decent, but he had some crucial ones too, and some crucial turnovers as well. And, when your two superstars have crucial turnovers like that in the fourth quarter, it's going to be hard to, win a game like that. And, Dallas, had active hands defensively. They played really good defensively. Dorian Finney-Smith played really good defense, getting hands in there, playing really good D, trying to figure out what their stride is on defense. And they did that. They did that really well, and you got to give Dallas credit. You got to give them credit. I mean, I feel like that zone defense that Dallas played was perfect for against the Clippers. The Clippers had no answer for it. The Clippers played, pretty good, at times in the game, but it just wasn't good enough. And, it was a really interesting series of events when you look at the defensive schemes, because Dallas was playing the zone and it worked for them so well. Whereas it looked like sometime, the Clippers were playing, man defense, and it worked for them pretty well at times too. I mean, they were down by 10 with 2 minutes to go. It was really a big, really a big difference in this game defensively for the Clippers rather than it was the last two games. And, I really feel like because the Clippers didn't take advantage of the home court advantage they fought to get back, I feel like that's going to hurt them. What I'm saying? They definitely are on the brink of elimination now, so and the bad thing is you're on the brink of elimination and you're going to Dallas here Friday, I think, or Saturday, whatever day it was, whatever day it's going to be. It's going to be really tough to win in Dallas. And I'm not sure, and I don't know if the Clippers could win in Dallas. I feel like Dallas is going to go home and, possibly take that game and take the series. The Clippers, they have their moments. They had their chances in this game. Like Grant Hill said, they had plenty of chances to, weather, not only weather the storm a little bit more, but, put their imprint on the game. I just think the Clippers didn't do that. Kawhi didn't look right tonight to me. He just looked, I don't know. He didn't play well, up to his standards. Paul George was playing pretty good. He kept them in the game in the fourth quarter, make some big shots. And but there again, even Paul George, it was a couple times where, I know one time in the fourth quarter, he came down there and did his famous step back and missed it. Big point of the game, the last play of the game, I wasn't really, even though they were down 3 points, I don't know. And Kawhi took the last shot. He airballed it. But, what I'm saying, to me, that's not a good play for Ty Lue to draw up. I don't, for some reason, I think the play calling could have been a little bit better. But, that's just my opinion there. But, being down 10 points with 2 minutes to go in the game, they really made a run at it, but they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it, and, this is really going to sting, Clippers fans, because, when you have the home court advantage like that, you have to take advantage. You can't look at it any other way. You can't think of it any other way. This is your opportunity to take the rest of the series. And everybody know usually who wins game 5 in series usually always wins the series. So, I mean, it's going to take a hellified effort for the Clippers to go in Dallas and win another game, because I just don't know if they can do that. I don't know if they can do it. There again, they let Luka, get 40 points and 12 plus assists. And I've said before, when Luka gets 40 plus points, but he also gets double-digit assists, they're going to beat you. You have to hold Luka to maybe 37 points and 8 assists. That's how you beat Dallas. You can't let him go off for 1,000,000 points and 1,000,000 assists. And, for all that the Clippers fought to get back in this series, it all might be going down the drain now. Because like I said, now you're going back to Dallas. They're fully energized. They got confidence. And this series really literally might be, over, the next time they play. But we'll see. It ain't over till it's over. I always say that. But it's not looking good, Clippers fans. It's not looking good at all. Kawhi and PG kind of, you could sit here and say they picked the wrong game to not show up. But you have to understand, it took a Herculean effort the last 2 games for them to get back in the series. And fatigue starts to set in when you have to fight back and use, X amount of energy to get back in the series. And I don't know, just in the playoffs, here, the Clippers are not a good home team in the playoffs. I don't know why. They just can't captivate that home court advantage, and hey, I feel bad for them, but at the same time, this is what you put yourself in. This team is ready to come out. This team is ready to fight. This team is ready to put on a show. And hey, PG and Kawhi should have been there. They should have been there. They should have done more. And, I don't want to blame only them because, it's a team effort. But I mean, when you look at the other guys who stepped up, Reggie Jackson stepped up. Marcus Morris stepped up. I mean, the last several in that fourth quarter, I mean, between Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they had at least probably 3 to 5 crucial turnovers between the third and the fourth quarter. I mean, it was just horrible basketball. I don't know. And I feel like, as far as Kawhi, I feel like he was trying to put so much energy on the defensive end. I feel like he lost his stride offensively this game. And they were making him work, and they made PG work as well. But, hey, like I said, the Dallas Mavericks, they pulled out a big victory. You got to give them credit. You got to give Dallas credit. You cannot discredit what they did. As much as it hurts Clippers fans, you got to give them credit. They came out with a game plan, and I think that it was a good one. Adding Boban in the game really, really changed the outlook of the game, because a lot of those points that Luka got from inside the paint, Boban was standing in the paint, and it just made the defense kind of like back off some because Boban was in there, and that was a big difference in the game too. That allowed Dallas to have, big leads and stuff like that in the game. It's like the Clippers could never seize control of the series, of the series of events that happened in the game. They just never seized control. They would go on a little run and then it would kind of just die away, but hey, it was a great game, man. It really was. It came all the way down to the end. And to be honest, when they were down 10 points with 2 minutes to go, I mean, I honestly thought it was over with, but the Clippers fought all the way to the end, but it just wasn't enough, and we'll see exactly, how the Clippers respond in game, was it 6? So, it's going to be tough in game 6. I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers, don't get out of game 6 with a win, because it's going to be really hard to go back to Dallas not being up 3-2. You know, it really is. You know, it's just going to be one of those things. And, you know, Shaq said it at halftime, you know, you got to clamp down more defensively. You know, you got to be more and the Clippers play good defense in spurts. But, you know, it's like the bad thing is their 2 stars really didn't have a great performance. You know, if one of them probably puts up 28 points, you know, or maybe a little bit more than that, you know, they probably win this game. Even though Luka put up 40-plus points, they would have offset his 40 points because, you know, the Clippers were right there. But poor execution, bad turnovers at the wrong time, and, you know, those things come back to haunt you. And, you know, really the whole start of this game, the whole point of this game, you know, or should I say the whole game, you know, Dallas just looked like they had more energy. They looked like they was the more energetic team. Looked like they was more hungrier, you know, than the Clippers. Clippers just looked lackadaisical, you know, and hey, you know, this goes on, you know, Kawhi and PG. This game falls on them because your other guys helped you. Your other guys came with energy. Marcus Morris knocked down big shots, you know, when you needed him to. Reggie Jackson knocked down big shots when you needed him to. You know what I'm saying? So they had help. They just didn't have one of their top-notch games. And like I said, it's going to be really tough now. Really, really tough. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if the Clippers are going to make it out of Game 6. But at the same time, you know, hey, go down there, put up a good fight, and, you know, play as much defense as you can. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, try to make something happen. That's the only thing I could say. That's the only thing I could say, you know, because if you don't, then it's over with. Everything you work for is over with. The whole season's done. But, hey, that's my take on the whole thing. That's my take of what I saw. You know, let me know what you think in the comment section about the game and everything like that. And, hey, leave any comments in the comment section. You know, I always say your opinion and your comments are more valuable than mine. So, hey, let's engage and let's talk about it and move on to the next. Cali out.